This is the award-winning Lee Pitts Live.
Brought to you by the North Law Firm. For car accidents and negligent security cases, call Joe at 239-337-1191. And by Lee Health.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. Welcome to another edition of Lee Pitts Live. And you're probably saying, where in the world in Southwest Florida is Lee Pitts today? Where we're at Hearts and Homes for Veterans, one of my favorite partners in all of Southwest Florida. They do such a great job in helping the veterans get on to a better life. So we're here in the heart of the city of Fort Myers on Alicia Street at Hearts and Homes for Veterans. I encourage you guys to Google them, look them up, and find out more about them. We will have a guest here in the first show from Hearts and Homes, one of their board members, Gary Bonvillian. I love being able to say that name. Makes me seem like I'm pretty intelligent. Also, we get a chance to talk to one of the finest youth services in Southwest Florida, not one of the number one. The Children's Network of Southwest Florida will be here. We'll get a chance to find out about their upcoming walk. Get a chance to talk to my good friend, Nadare Salim. She's the CEO of the Children's Network of Southwest Florida. And Diane McDaniel, the Regional Vice President of Suncoast Credit Union, will be here as well. That's the school credit union. And we'll find out about the upcoming Lee Pitts Live after work on October 19th. All that's happening on Lee Pitts Live. We'll be right back. One of the great organizations in all of Fort Myers, Hearts and Homes for Veterans, and of course I'm Lee Pitts, the host of the show. We're so thrilled to get in the first part of our show. Gary Bonvillian. Gary, let me bump you in. He's a board member.
Welcome. For
Hearts and Homes for Veterans. Glad to have you here, Gary. First of all, I want to let you know that the hospitality here hosting us for the next 3 weeks has surely been outstanding in terms of the way you guys laid out everything for us.
Oh, we're happy to do it, and thank you for allowing us to be on the program.
And I will tell you that for the first time, as Don, I said in front of Don Payton, my good friend who's the executive director here, that this is the first time that we were met in the parking lot with our TV studio and people bringing all this stuff in for us. That was really cool. And you were hands-on with that. Is that the spirit of Hearts and Homes for Veterans? You guys are hands-on?
Very much so. Everybody works here with their mind and their hands. That's what makes us so efficient at what we do.
When you say here, we are here, where are we?
We're on Alicia Street in Fort Myers in our facility. It's around 10,000 square foot facility. A great deal of it devoted to our warehouse.
When you have 10,000 square feet of space, you have a lot of different things you can do with that. I know you guys are constantly expanding on what you're doing, but what are some things in place right now?
Okay, well, let's say our core business is being able to supply veterans, homeless, and low-income veterans who come in here every month, anywhere between 30 and 50 veterans a month. We keep growing in demand for our dry goods, our household items, appliances, even bicycles for those who want that for transportation. It's a large warehouse, and that keeps us busy every day. Beyond the warehouse, though, we have other services in place. We have advisors here that sit and meet with veterans and guide them appropriately for what they need from other services in town. We're building a kitchen area to extend our pantry, where we do already issue food, dry goods, and current cold items as well. But we're expanding that into a full-size kitchen. We have a new freezer that's just been put in so that we can provide food on a quicker and better basis than what we're doing now.
That's really wonderful. Now, understand too. Well, let me go back. Well, let me go with this. Understand too that you do a lot of things to help them in terms of getting into the employment field or getting like counsel, training in different skill sets, right?
That's right. We're trying to raise them above that level that they're at now into a next level of life where they're safe and healthy, have a home to go to, and know the services that they're entitled to as well. A big project we have going now is our dental service, which has already begun in a really rather modest way at the moment. But We have grants out requesting funds to extend this to a full-service emergency dental care right here in our facility.
And I got a chance to tour the place a while back. Don gave me a great tour, and I was so excited when he was saying he's going to have a dentist who's going to come on premise and give this dental care. People may not realize that, but a lot of people, particularly veterans and people like that, who may have fallen short in life, they need that dental care.
They need it very badly. And the dental care is not one of the primary VA benefits available for veterans, but it is a primary cause for other health issues with the vets. And that's why we've stepped up and said we've got to do something to get this thing underway. And we do have a cadre of volunteers right now that have been working with us, professionals in the field.
Now, I know you have a lot of veterans that volunteer here, and people can donate money by going to that website on the screen to help you out in your cause. But you have non-veterans as well?
Oh, yes. We have non-veterans working here even today that have a passion for what we're doing here, like myself. You know, I discovered Don in my national Vietnam Veterans publication, profiled him in the organization, and I said, well, that's where I want to give my time. And there's a lot of other folks doing the same.
Don is a celebrity in his own right, and he's so affectionate, it just draws you to him.
Without question. Don is the kind of guy that you want to support. And he's a true visionary. He started something 5 years ago so modest most people wouldn't believe, out of his pickup truck. And now look at the operation we have going here. And that's one of the reasons that we try to work hard to make his vision become a reality.
I'm so glad we got the television show out here to highlight it even more. When you come into the exterior of the building, you realize it's a big production. The building in itself, it looks like America. It's almost like the flag. It just stands out on this corner. What's your thoughts about the presentation?
Well, I'll tell you, I've only been a volunteer now for just under a year, but I know that this building was in terrible shape and virtually abandoned at the time when Don could see through that and see the potential in it. And he acquired it, a lot of his own doing, by the way, personally. And look at what we have now. The resources here is incredible. Plus, we've spruced up Alicia Street a little bit.
That's right. We're going to have Don on the show in the future. People may have seen him in the past when he was on the show, so we'll certainly get him back because we're making him so famous, talking about him all the time. That's Don standing right there. But check this out. Early on, you said that the amount of veterans that you're servicing daily or what have we, and you said it's constantly growing. I think you said to 150 or something like that. Let's go back and unpack that a little bit, because people may not realize the scope of service that's needed. If it's constantly growing, that means there's a lot of need out there.
Yes, it's growing for a variety of reasons. Partly the veterans themselves that find themselves homeless, and there are growing numbers of that, unfortunately, in our society. Also, we've become known to many veterans out there, and they reach out to us. So Don and his team have served around 700 veterans here over these recent years. But as I said, the numbers are growing because last year we were averaging maybe 30 veterans a month coming through our facility. Now it's getting closer to 50 a month.
That's a good thing too, though, the fact that you're able to, they're taking advantage of it. I noticed when I pulled in, I saw all these vans out there. You taking veterans places. How are those vans being utilized? And if you know who, I'm assuming somebody donated those vans. Let's give them a plug.
Yes, donated by the Sheriff's Department, again, before I arrived. But Don's always looking for vehicles. We've actually given vehicles to veterans in order for them to be mobile to go out and get the jobs that they need. We just flip it, if you will, right from the donor to them.
I heard Don speak highly of Sheriff Mike Scott. I think they got a good relationship there.
Terrific. And yeah, there are other public agencies in the community here that help us out. But transportation is an important part of our service here. If not direct transportation, bringing the vets somewhere, giving them the funds so that they can take public transportation.
Outstanding. Now, you are a veteran yourself. Give us a little background on you.
Well, I'm a Vietnam veteran, in and out of the Army before I was 21, in Vietnam at 19 years old. And it helped me grow up a lot. Came home, went to college, and ended up doing a full career in higher education.
Tell us some of the things that you do here. I know you're on the board. Tell us some of the things that being discussed by the board? What are some things y'all look at all the time?
Well, we discuss a lot our growth because we are growing so fast, and of course finances, and there's always a need for that. One of the things that I do is pursue grants for the organization when they arise, and given my background, I can write those things fairly.
Oh, you can write grants?
I can write
My
grants.
man, we got a lot of people sitting in here who like grant writers.
I know it's not an easy business to do, but we do that. But actually, probably a bulk of our discussion is how do we take that next level of service and make it happen, because we have projects, as I said, underway, like the food pantry, the kitchen, and the dentistry.
When we look at Hearts and Homes for Veterans, say 5 years from now, we know you're up and running now, you got some great things happening. 5 years from now, what is it going to look like in the ideal world, or what some things you guys are working on right now?
Well, I can tell you that Don often says what he envisions is that the veterans are doing it themselves, that we build an enterprise that can be self-sustaining at that point. And even now, we ask the veterans to come back and give of their time if we've supported them. And as long as that need exists in the community, then an organization like this is going to be needed as well.
What does it do for you personally to know that you had your professional career, you took advantage of that VA loan too, and got those that school VA, what's that
GI
called?
Bill.
GI Bill, got those degrees, and now you're able to come back and provide your expertise to an organization like this that really needs it?
Well, I made up my mind when I retired that I wanted to do even more for military veterans, and many Vietnam veterans have stepped up in that way, because we don't want to see a generation not being handled very well by the public. So we've stepped up in providing that service, and there's a real passion among us. It's a true brotherhood among vets, especially combat vets.
Well, I'm so glad that Lee Pitts Live is able to highlight some of those things, and that we have a great partnership with you guys, and I want you to keep up the good work. We'll be coming back in the future.
Well, we appreciate this so much. It's really an honor for us to be on.
Let me bump you out.
Okay.
But those who say it can't be done, they are usually interrupted by those like Gary and Don and all the fine people here at Hearts and Homes for Veterans who are doing it. We'll be right back. We'll find out what's going on with the Children's Network of Southwest Florida.